presentation. We have some people lining up to speak. I knew about Blake, but we also have Ian Wheelband.
There you go. Okay, Blake's going to start the computer up. As Paul said, I'm Ian. I'm your Education and Public Outreach Committee Chairperson. Over the last year, we've been working really hard on lots of things. I mean, not only Cubs, Scouts, high schools, NOVA programs. We've been doing a lot of work at the DDO and with Richmond Hill. First of all, it was getting the expression of interest prepared. Several people in the room that helped to do that. And then Richmond Hill chose us and the David Dunlap Observatory Defenders to present public outreach to the citizens of the Greater Toronto Area. What we wanted to update you now, first off, actually, one of the pleasures of working with all the education and public outreach has been starting to work with the David Dunlap Observatory Defenders people. We have the leaders of the David Dunlap, the DDO Defenders here with us tonight, Dr. Ian Shelton and Tuba Kokte. So it's been They're longtime RASC members as well, and as I say, it's been a pleasure working with them, and I'm really looking forward to that in the future of the DDO. So soon we'll be inking the plan to share the public outreach with the Defenders, and to that end, we have recently asked for and got a committee of people to run it on behalf of our side of it, and I want to introduce your new DDO chairperson, Dr. Bharavi Shankar. So she started out back as a high school kid in RASC, and she did her high school volunteer hours with us, and then went away to school for lots of years, got a couple of degrees and a PhD in planetary science. So somebody who's interested in outreach, that I felt was the perfect person, and so did the rest of the committee members you see there to be the chairperson. So now that the committee's struck, and we have 3 people, I think, here tonight. So stand up, the other people that are in the committee, please. Blake's already standing, Arnold and Chris. And the others, we all know Eric Briggs. Dr. Shankar couldn't come tonight, and Liza Hancock couldn't either. But kind of ceremoniously, I'm going to hand over the baton to them now, because they're the new people that are going to look after the observatory for us. I'll be helping them and probably doing some presentations as well. But on to Blake and the rest.
Thanks. Thank you. My name is Blake Nancaro. Thanks for some time this evening. There's lots to do. If you've been a member for some time, for a few years, or going back even further, before we were running programs there proper, and it was U of T, you know that the university put on regular programs there on weeknights and weekends, particularly in the summertime. So our expression of interest with the town has many facets to it, and we want to initiate programs very much like we did before. So speakers talks, in the administration building, in the presentation room, tours of the telescope, amateurs on the lawn with their telescopes. We want to receive, as we have before, youth, school groups, Cubs, Scouts, etc., etc. So there's lots that we want to do, and we're going to need a lot of help. So there are many volunteer opportunities, and we're going to need help in a lot of different areas. Lots of you are already volunteering on a regular basis, and I don't want to sound that we wouldn't appreciate your help, but we also don't want you to get burnt out. So we're interested in seeing some new blood, some new people coming out and helping out with the existing people. If you're a little bit anxious about that, if you feel like, oh, I don't know very much about astronomy, it doesn't matter. There are many things where we need help herding cats. We need help with just people management. at big events. We need people to help the kids in the craft room and things like that. So there's many, many facets to what we're looking for in terms of skill and knowledge and time that you can commit to it and so on. So you don't have to know anything about astronomy. We're going to help with training and support and things like that too. So if, again, you want to help out, but you're looking for some support, we're very interested and able to do that. There's going to be some specialized things like speakers, and presumably they have some specialty knowledge and are comfortable with presenting and things like that ahead of the public. But again, there's a broad range of skills that we need help with. We'll be doing daytime events there as well as evening events, so some solar observing and again school visits and things like that. There's also an opportunity, like we've done before, where people that are interested in getting their volunteer hours or community hours, maybe high school students and so on, like Bariva did many years ago, then that's something that we're looking for, those types of volunteers and for supporting those volunteers. And we'll interview people and gauge their sort of availability and personality style and find good roles and good activities for them. So this is something for you to think about. Are you interested in helping out? And I'm taking names and numbers tonight. So if you are interested in helping out, please see me. You can also contact us by email. I'll show you those in a moment. But I would also like you to think about maybe nominating people. Maybe you know somebody that's you think is quite good, would be really good in something like this. Maybe they don't feel like they have the ability or wherewithal, but give them a nudge, ask them if you could nominate them for that role, and if they're willing, then that's great. We'd love to hear from them. Maybe they're not interested in doing something without a formal invitation. Well, I invite everybody to help out. So again, please feel free to contact me or any of the other people that are on the team, Chris and Arnold and so on. We're here this evening, happy to talk to you about that. And there's a couple of email addresses that you could communicate with. Baravi is monitoring the email sent to ddo@rascto.ca, and I'll receive emails that are sent to volunteer@rascto.ca. Any questions for me at this stage? Arnold, I saw your
When
question.
do we anticipate our first active outreach activity? Will that be as early as January?
I think that's the plan, roughly. The town has asked us to prepare a schedule with activities starting in January in Q1, so we're ramping up quickly for that. Chris might have a better sense of any specific dates at this stage, but I don't know of any at this point. But we do want to ramp up quickly, and it's a busy time of year for everybody, but I anticipate that we'll be running programs in January, yeah. Did I see a question over here?
That was my question.
Oh, okay.
Quickly, is your focus to do things on weekends or weekdays?
Yes. So one of the things that we did in the past was that we would have like a speaker's night in the lecture room, and then a tour of the observatory, and skies permitting, we would have telescopes on the lawn. And invariably, those last year, or the last couple of years, those were happening on Friday nights and Saturday nights. So I think we're going to mimic a program like that. But school groups would be received in weekdays, in daytime stuff. So we got everything and anything in between there, yeah.
Blake, if I could add, we're looking at 2 different time slots for school groups, mornings and afternoons. And then evenings will be Cubs, Scouts, Guides, Brownies, other professional groups if they want, like provost groups, all sorts of things like that, so that.
So can everybody hear that?
Wide
So daytime, mornings, afternoons, and evenings, yeah, the whole gamut, all of it.
Remember, we have a partner in this too.
Yes, indeed. So there'll be programs delivered by RASC, there'll be programs delivered by the DDOD, so lots going on. And so it's all hands on deck. Charlene?
Is there any hope of getting one of these portable planetariums?
Well, if I told you that. So we're looking at all kinds of solutions, and that might be one, that we use a portable observing dome thing. What do they call it? Observatory? Portable planetarium. So inflatable, and we can get maybe 15 people in those, and with a spherical projector. And so a nice thing about those is they can be taken to a school, where that may be a much more affordable solution for a program with a school group, rather than them renting a bus and all that sort of stuff. So we're looking at that, but we might be able to use an object like that, those types of portable structures at the DDO grounds. Yeah. Yep.
Would you reinstall the Skylab that we had there before?
So in the past, we had the Skylab, which was a dual projector setup using stellarium, and we could do star shows there, much like what Ed was doing this evening. And we would like to do that again. We would like to make use of that facility. Hopefully, we can use that very room, because it was set up well for that, and it was a good size. But that's part of what we're working out logistically right now. What spaces can be used, and if we can't use that space, is there another room that can be developed for that same sort of purpose? So some of the specific sites, some of it we don't know yet. We're at the very early stages, because we're waiting for the town to provide us information about what we can do in the building, and the revised fire code limitations and things like that. But we'll provide as much of that information as we can as soon as we know that. We're happy to share all that. Yeah.
Are you going to share it on a website somewhere, or?
So we're looking to build some websites. We're working out that too, exactly where it will sort of all be and live. But that's our intention, is to provide a lot of information like that, and maybe in a central, separate, independent website that's maybe it's technically owned by the town, and we'll support that and develop content for that and so on. But again, we're hammering all that out right now. We're working out the details of if we need to, we can provide a lot of this information within our website as well. But we'll probably have a separate website, and we'll link to that website from ours. We'll have lots of good information there. So it's all happening quite quickly, but we will keep providing more and more information. We'll certainly use our other outlets too, like the newsletter, the Scope magazine, and we're of course going to support or embrace social media for lots of communications as well. So you'll find information on lots of different sources. Yeah. Okay, I've taken up lots of time. Thanks a lot. And again, I'll hang around for a bit after the meeting. Feel free to talk to me about if you're interested in helping out at the DDO in any way. So thanks a lot for your time.